Hey Tamra, it's Jim here. Hey, first off, I'm so sorry that happened to your daughter. I hope she's doing better. It's pretty cool that something awesome came from something bad as well. But hey, I had a few minutes here and wanted to make you a quick video just to give you some insight and some tips as well. My focus is more on conversion optimization rather than driving traffic. It looks like you received a ton of good comments about driving traffic and doing that. So let me just give you some ideas since you also asked in your post about just your website. So a couple things for feedback. So first of all, this is really, really great that you have this piece about giving back. That's awesome. So people want to help, and the fact that you have that there is really great. I would encourage you to put more specifically what you give back or how much. We donate 10% or 5% or whatever the case is, just so it's a little bit more concrete. Um, yeah, so give me 1 second here, 1 second. About that, I had to answer a phone call. Okay, so the next thing I would recommend, these sliders are fine. I would do a few things though. First of all, I would slow it down a bit, and then any image that doesn't have you can't see the face, I would fix that. So like, humans obviously connect with humans, and it's great that these show your product, and that's important. But we want to see smiling faces, right? So that's really, really important. So any image that like these, it looks weird to have their heads cut off, and it doesn't allow me to connect. Like, I don't want to connect with the product, I want to connect with the people. So I recommend having all of these images show smiling faces, or at the minimum faces at all. I think that would just look a lot better. But anything you can do before the fold is critical. Like, this is the most valuable real estate on your website. So I highly recommend making adjustments to this area specifically. So another thing is, like, you want people to be able to immediately know what you sell. People have a very, very low attention span these days, or short attention span, and most folks won't scroll down to figure out what you do. So it's clear what your product is. You made that clear, but it's not exactly clear, or I should say, the photographs are clear of your product, but it's not exactly clear what you do immediately. So, like, in other words, in words. So I would write, something here that would be a tag for what you do. Um, Water bottle holders or something. I know that seems overly simplistic, but people read this and they want to know immediately. So, and then also it'll help when these aren't spinning so fast. And maybe I would even reduce these to a smaller number of images and just have your very best ones that show people in your product. Yeah, so like, for example, on this lady here, I would zoom in on her so you can see her smiling face and then the product there. That would really convey what you're doing. All right, let me see here if there's anything else that comes to mind. All right, this looks really good. Okay, that's it for there. Featured collection. This looks good. See, this is what I'm talking about. All very happy, smiling people. This is great. We can make a connection with them. Perfect. Yeah, again, like I said, on her, I would zoom in a bit. I would just have the ladies fill the screen where you can see, like, this would be the bottom, right? The bottom of the bottle, the holder there. And then the top would be at their face. So they're really filling the screen there. Okay. All right, let me read this a bit more here. It's a first time user to your site. Well, there's a couple of things. Like, it's annoying to me when I'm right here in this section and see how that, I didn't do that. Like, the page automatically changes. It's because the size of these is changing and it's distracting me as I'm trying to read this. But yeah, so I would fix that. It's just a small detail. But this is just confusing also. New products differ from original products. Please read the description. So I'm reading this for the first time. I'm thinking, like, well, what do you mean? So I would just get rid of that. And if you need to explain something to old clients, then I would do that via an email, and I would just get rid of that. I would get rid of this small picture and just have consistent larger pictures here. Any of these small ones that are low quality, I would get rid of those, and just put 2 or 3. This section just needs to be laid out a little bit better. So I would use maybe some sort of a gallery plugin or something like that to just section this a little bit better, where the photos are a little bit more crisp, larger, and just more compelling. Okay, so let's scroll down. Yeah. See, everywhere I'm at on the page, it keeps doing that. This size keeps adjusting. All right, so let's look up here at your story. All right. So I'm a huge fan, Tamra, of having a picture of yourself. So, and if your daughter's willing to have a picture of her, that's awesome. Like, the whole point of your story is about your daughter and how this company evolved, like how something good came out of something bad. The picture of, like, ideally you and your daughter together, front and center, would be awesome. And then the information here, right? All of the information about what happened. Let's see. All right, this is good stuff. So yeah, like again, because of short attention spans, most folks won't even scroll down. They're going to want to see that right here. So I'd either put a picture or have this video with a like the thumbnail right of the video where it starts. Have that be the top picture, and they have to click this to play it. So I don't know why this isn't playing. Let me see if I can get it to play. Yeah, Tamra, I don't know why it's not playing. I even tried to open it up on YouTube, and for some reason it's not playing. It's not my internet, so I don't know what the reason is. But yeah, it's great that you have a video explaining your big why. That's awesome. Like I said, I would just have this video. First of all, of course, make sure it plays. But then I would have it at the top of this copy here. And then, like I said, have a picture. Like the video doesn't automatically play, right? You can tell it's a video. And in that thumbnail image that you can set on YouTube, have a picture that is properly constrained to the right size of you and your daughter smiling, right? And that tells the story. So that's that would be huge. People connect with brands like yours. So this is awesome. Like you have a great foundation. You just need to make a few tweaks to make it work. So, okay. Videos. Let's see what else you got here. And also, Tamra, this logo, like the logo is just fine, but the resolution is low. So it's just not crisp, which doesn't look as professional. Like it's slightly fuzzy and just not a real strong resolution. So I would maybe get with your designer and see if you can crisp that up a bit. Just make it pop, make it really professional. That goes a long way in making a strong first impression. All right, cool. I like these videos because it helps people connect. So I think that's you, right? So that's awesome. Like I love hearing the owner speak and making a connection and seeing the passion in the product. So that's really great. So okay, let's see here. All right. So one more thing. So on first impressions, let me show you something real quick here. If you go to my website, groovejar.com, and on the top side, click on blog right here. I wrote a post on this right here. So it's all about making a strong first impression. I would highly recommend reading this. I think you'll get a lot of value out of it. But the idea is to make a strong, compelling first impression before the fold, right? And there's some really terrible examples and good examples here as well, and some tips. So I highly suggest doing that. And one other thing I wanted to mention to you is I would suggest, and this is something that we do, so I would suggest having a pop-up. Like the idea is that you're spending money and working on SEO and content, all of this, to drive traffic to your site. So you don't want to waste a single visitor to your site. And I notice that you don't have any sort of pop-up or email collection in the prominent sections of your page. Like I think you do down here, but very few people are going to sign up for this. So I would recommend putting a pop-up here that collects email addresses. And like I said, this is something that we do, and we have a free trial as well. But I recommend putting a pop-up that collects email addresses, collecting those leads, and then nurturing those. If you think about it, and I mentioned this in an article, but the attention that your visitors are giving you is extremely valuable. Once they leave your site, if you don't have anything from them, like their email address, you have no way to garner that attention again. But if you have their email address, then you're able to reach back out to them and continue to nurture them as a lead and hopefully convert them to a paying client. So you can offer coupons, you can offer different incentives that would be appealing to them, and just continue to build that relationship. So I think you'll find that that'll increase your revenue. And ultimately, like I said, it's just making the most out of your visitors. But anyway, okay, I want to be respectful of your time and not make this video too long. But like I said, it's a really cool story, and I think you're off to a wonderful start. I'm excited to see how you progress. Take care.